Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we are at day 13 of our 13 days of Halloween craft fun. We're going to be building our own little shadow box and decorating it. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a 6x6 piece of chipboard. These are already pre-cut for me. I have them in my stash, so I need to start using them up. If you do not have chipboard, you can use cereal boxes or other boxes like that and cut them down to 6 inches by 6 inches. And about 3 cereal box thicknesses will equal the same chipboard thickness that I've got. It's a medium weight chipboard. In addition to that, I have 2 1.5 inch by 6 inch pieces of chipboard. And I have 2 1.5 inch by 6 1/8 inch pieces of chipboard. We have 4 1 inch by 6 inch pieces of cardstock, and that is scored at 1/2 inch. Those are going to be our hinges that we use to attach our sides. If you don't have a scoreboard to score those, grab a stack of scrap paper or something in that there, and then you can take, let me grab it here, your cardstock, and say I wanted to go in 1/2 inch. I just bring in my ruler, whatever I'm using as my guide, and I'm going to put that there, and then use a stylus, or well, it's not a stylus, it's a ball tool. It's got little balls on the end like that, or you can use anything that's got a non-sharp edge. What else could we use? You could, of course, use your score tool. So anything that's rounded and thin that's got a non-scarred edge. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do here. So let me turn it so it's a better view for you, so I don't have my hands in the way. So I'm just going to come in here and say I want to do a 1/2 inch score line. Because this is going to create a little cushion for you, then you go ahead and line that up. Line your ruler up at 1/2 inch or 1/8 inch or whatever you need, and then go ahead and press up against your ruler. That creates this line here. Okay. Then is go ahead and fold it, and then what we call burnish it. So then you're going to press on it to make sure that the score line is well burnished. Okay. So if you don't have a scoreboard, that is how you can score. Of course, this is just a pile of scraps. So if you had, just a nice thickness of little scraps or whatever, something cushy that you're not going to poke through. And that's how you can score without a score. Or you can also just kind of hold your ruler down and bend it up. Say you're at 1/2 inch and then just bend it up. I find the scoring just a little bit easier. All right, so let's get that out of our way. So I'm going to start with my 2 6 inches. So let's go ahead and I'm going to burnish that. I'm going to put some glue on my bottom edge here, just like this. Perfect. And I'm going to put my cardstock on there just like that. If it's a little long, it doesn't matter. We're going to be buttoning up some more pieces here. So just like that, right up to that score line. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, put our glue down, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to stand this up, just like that. And I'm going to bring in my other piece. This is going to get covered, so don't worry about the writing on it. I just want to match up my 6 inch edges there. And then just press. Okay. And what that does is it leaves a natural gusset in there for our box to form. Okay. Let's turn this. Grab our second 6 inch piece. And another one of our little hinges we created. Same thing. our glue along that inside bottom there, just like that. And then we're gonna put that on there like so, right up to that edge there. Make sure that's adhered. Put our glue here, just like that. Right there. And then we're gonna stand this up, just like that. And bring this one in right up against there, just like we did the other one. Oh, I gotta have some smaller hinges too. Silly girl, silly girl. We can get those in a second. All right, so there again. So now we're going to turn it, and the reason we have 6 1/8 is to make up the thickness of our chipboard on each side. And it should be just about perfect. Okay. Unless I got them cut wrong, they should end up being able to be outside of there, and outside of there. Oh, it just look a little long. I'll have to double check that one. Let me see this one. So here and here. Yeah, they're both a little bit long. I'm just going to take a smidgen off of these. I probably cut right on the line or something there. Let me get just a little tiny bit of these off. Just a tiny bit. Oh, you know what? Did I use the... No, these are 6 1/8. All right. All right, I'm just going to take just a tiny bit off. All right. So I took just a tiny, tiny bit off of there. Okay. So let's go ahead and trim this extra off here because we don't need that there in our way. And this one here, a little longer is better than a little shorter. Okay, let's do that. All right. And let's go ahead and attach another hinge. Okay. Inside. Okay. And again, these are 1-inch strips scored at 1/2 inch. So let's go ahead and get those on there like that. Perfect. Grab one of our 6 1/8. So now we're going to have just a little bit hanging over each edge here. As you can see that there, and there's just a tiny bit, like 1/16 of an inch. Okay, let's go ahead and put some glue down. There we go. Stand it up, and again, divide that up evenly between the two ends. There we go. So then when we meet these up, then they should meet up nicely and create the nice box. Okay. I'll let that dry up and we'll trim that extra off. Okay. And we're going to cover up the outside and the inside, so it doesn't really matter. Let's bring this in, line that up. Oops, let me cut this edge off here. Oh, there's the, okay. This is in my way a little long there, just to make sure. There we go. Here we go. Line it up. Perfect. And you can make these boxes any size, just whatever thickness you have for your chipboard, you have to compensate that on the two ends. So these two ends are the same and these two ends are the same. We'll lift this one up. Oops, let me move this back so you can see it. And again, I'm going to just kind of divide that up a little bit. Equal on both sides. Press. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now I have, what do we want? Let's see. Let's do it 6 inches wide. So this will be our bottom of our box. This will be the top of our box. I have, what do I got here? How many do I have here? I have 4. All right. So I have cut down some strips 1.5, and I want one for my ceiling and one for my floor and one for my ceiling. So let's just go ahead and put those on now. And I'm going to put it on here because I don't need the extra glue on the hanging over. So we'll get that on. And then we will trim off the extra. There we go. Same here. 1.5 inches. Just easier to do it while the box is open than before we close it up. Okay. We're going to lay that one down here, just like that. Just like so. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and flip this over and trim it. Trim it off here. Right at the edge. Oops, I'm sorry. It's panned out all the way too. All right, there's that one. Let's trim this one. Perfect. Okay. And then we can do, let's trim this off here. We got that little extra piece there. We don't need. Down. So I am going to write with a pencil, floor, down here, so I know that that's my floor edge. Then I'll know my right and left sides. So I've got some more 1.5 inch pieces here. So let's just go ahead and attach those. Oh, you know what? This is my right side. So this actually gets, that's for the outside. This actually gets, this is the paper I decided on my walls. So let's put this piece here. Okay, just like that. That's my right wall. And I know that because my spider is cut off there. See that? Okay. And then let's go ahead and glue on our left wall. Perfect. Just like that. Oopsie, come here. Glue on our left wall. Perfect. Just like that. Again, I'm not worried about that little, I don't know if you can see it, the little tiny color up there. That should get covered by the other pieces. Pretty good. We'll be all right. All right. So then we can put in our full sheet. This is 6 by 6. We can put that in. And that's been smudged with black soot. That would have been a cool wall too, that orange, wouldn't it? Okay. All right. Yep, that's my floor. Okay. Now I'll know which one is my floor because my paper runs up and down. So there we go. All right, now I need a couple more 1-inch strips here. So let me grab, I have one already cut 1 inch. So I'm just going to cut them at 1.5 inches. I need 4 of them. So 1.5, 1.5. 1.5 and 1.5. There we go. All right. So I have my 4 1.5-inch pieces. Got my scoreboard. Oopsie. And then just score these 1/2 inch. They make all different kinds of scoreboards. I like this one because it does 1/8 increments. The Score Pal, I believe, also does 1/8 increments. And they run, I want to say, about $30, but if you get them on sale, you can get them for about $15 or so. So just watch Joann's or Michael's on sale or use a coupon. So I think right now, actually, I ordered from Joann's today. They have a 40% off coupon or 20%, but they're only allowing 1 coupon right now. So they used to allow more than 1, but so that is the way it is, I guess, right? You're so tight. Why are you so tight? There we go. Gotta stretch it to go. There we go. All right, so we're just going to take these and we're going to glue those on each corner and bring the corners in. Okay. So get glue on both sides here. And let's bring these together just like that. Okay. Put these together. So that's how easy it is to start forming your box. And like I said, you can make these any size you want. That's the nice thing about it. Outside or inside. So if you want a big shadow box, you can make a big one. If you want a little one, you can make a little one. All right, I'm just going to hold those a second. Press on there like that. If I press on the bottom with my, I can hold the outside edge and press on the bottom with my fingers there. Get these glued up before we keep wiggling around. Here we go. You see you've got your corner already. So let's get our glue in here. Okay. One fits inside of the other one, remember. Your 6-inch should fit inside of your 6 1/8. Let me get this down like that. And if you want, you can mark your outside edges so you know which one's both. But they should fall in line with each other pretty good. Otherwise, it'd be crooked. All right, here we go. Last one. Some glue on there. And then our box will be complete. Okay. So let's get you on there like that. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and put our strips on the outside. These are just 1.5 inches. So let's just go ahead. Oh, wait. Let me black soot the top edge there. Just so that is. And I'm going to kind of hold it while I don't want to put a lot of pressure on those hinges yet. Wait until they're good and dry here. Okay, and if this isn't dark enough for you, then you can go ahead and use a marker and mark that edge, but I'm going to be able, I'm going to be happy with that. That's going to be fine for me. And then we'll just have to start gluing these around the edge. And that will help hold those hinges in too. There we go. So we're just going to cover it like so. Let's go ahead and cover the bottom one there. Then we'll go ahead and trim off our excess. See, sometimes it's easier just to go back in and trim off the excess than to be short. So, okay. Whoopsie. Righty. So let's go ahead and trim off the bulk. There we go. I can see this way. There we go. And then trim off this one. Just like that. Perfect. And then just do our last two edges here. Whoopsie. So yeah, anytime you want to make a little shadow box or just a little box, this is your base information for creating your own boxes. Or if you've got a box handy at home that you can turn into one, that's fine too. That is fine too. But I have, these were all scraps. These are just scraps. And I'm telling you, I have a stack more. But when I do albums and stuff, because I have the little pieces cut up, and I don't throw those away. I mean, if they get too small, I do, but for the most part, I just shove them in the box. And like even the ones, the cut off pieces that I had left from cutting these ones down, I kept those and I used them as little things to add to the back of my stuff that I want to put in here to create dimension rather than using my foam dots. I just use those. Okay. There we go. That's our box. All right. So now we have, whoops, I'm upside down. Here we go. We have our inside covered. We got our outside covered. We're raring to go. So I have used a Tim Holtz die. This is the fireplace. It's number 664193. And I can't see the name of it is. I've got the paper covered up. Fireside. So, and I believe that is available still right now. His things come in and out. So 2019. So you still might be able to get this one. I know I bought it this year. So, all right. So let me sit that over there. So that's what I use, Fireside. And I created this fireplace here. So I started out with just white cardstock. I then used some of my walnut stain and kind of smudged it around. And then I used markers to kind of darken in the edges instead of using all the little pieces to glue on. Then I used my black soot to smudge up it, make it look smoky looking. This was a deep orange piece of cardstock, and I used the crackling campfire around the edge. I cut out a small cauldron from my Cricut, and then those yellow ones are the flames that come with the fireplace, and then that's the fireplace grate. So I have, in addition to that, cut two 1-inch pieces, and I scored them at 1/8 of an inch. And then I want to go ahead and fold that 1/8 inch over on each edge here. And that's going to give me this, like a little stand. Now on the front side of this one, I mitered my corners. We're going to go ahead and glue that to the top of our fireplace. This is going to become the top of our fireplace. So we can sit some things in it and give this dimension. Okay. So I'm going to sit this down, and I'm going to adhere this from edge to edge. And I just use the fireplace as a a guide to know how long I had to have it. And I can fold this all the way over here so I can get that good and glued down there. Okay. And then this piece here is for the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to glue this right along that bottom. Nothing is going to sit in there, but this is going to give me the same distance that I need. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to lay it right at the bottom edge, and I'm just going to flatten it down so that I can get a good press on that. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So now this is going to get glued to the back wall, and this is going to get glued to the back wall. So it will be just like that. But I think I'm going to, because I can see, well, maybe when I stand it up, you won't be able to. You won't be able to. So I'm going to angle these two off because I can see those. So let me just, whoops, it's coming off there. I want that glue to stay. There we go. So I'm going to angle this off from my point there. I'm going to put my fireplace just, there we go. All right. So there we go. That's better. Okay. So that's going to give us some depth there. See? Just like that. I'm not worried about the sides. We're going to be adding some other things. So let's go ahead and get our glue on there and our glue on there. Okay. This is going to go at the bottom, and I'm going to center it. So let me get that attached there first. I'm just going to press that against there like that. And then let me add some glue to the bottom of it here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to stand it up a second so I can press that down. Just for a second. I know you can't see, but I'm just pressing that down. Okay, now we're going to bring our fireplace in. Got a little glue back there, but that's all right. And I'm going to get that lined up and find something I can get in there with. And just kind of press that edge down there like that. I don't want to try to force it to get in there too far because I don't want to loosen up what I already got attached. So there we go. And I'm just going to come in there and kind of clean up a little bit of that there. So there. So that's our fireplace. Then I cut two of my Tim Holtz Witch, and what I did, keep her out. Hang on, I'll get you that number. And she is called Witchcraft, number 662386. Okay. And I glued two of her together, but then I flipped her because I wanted her on the left side. So I flipped her. And then that is where I used all those chunks of leftover custard. So there's 2, 4, 5 of those I put together. So if I put her on the part of that fireplace there, just where she's touching, then she'll be dimensional too. Let me kind of, I don't have my glue gun. Okay, we'll use regular glue here. There we go. I want to stand her over to the right there. Oops, she might. Yep, I'm gonna need hot glue. So let me plug in my glue gun. I didn't think I need any hot glue, but apparently I do. So we'll put her on in a minute. We will put her on in a minute. All right. Okay. I also cut from 664207. This is Regions Beyond. I didn't cut the crow. I cut this ball here, but I cut it out of wax paper and I made it smaller. So that's smaller. I cut out the book and I cut out 2 of these jars here. And then her broom, I cut just her broom out in the black and in a brown. And then I kind of shifted the black so it gives it like a shadow effect. And then for my Cricut, I cut a little black cat, and he's got yellow eyes. The book is cut out of this coffee dyed on paper. And also I did the candle, and that was dry. Let's see if that's dry. Looks like it is. I did the black flame candle. Okay, so we're going to add, that looks pretty dry. Oh, it's still a little wet, so I'm going to try not to touch the front. But we're going to get a couple more of these little things here. And I'm just going to cut a couple. And if I do, yeah, I guess we can put that along the back. I kind of want it on the front though. Maybe we can glue that like right to the front there, like that. So it looks like the candle's dripping over the mantle. Okay. So now for this, I've added 2 thicknesses of that chipboard. I can put my glue there and then allow that to stand up on there where I want it. Same with these. I've added 4 to each of these. They actually can stand up on their own, just like that. The book has just a couple, 1 each over there. So that can sit back. All right, let's see here. Wish my gun was hot. The broom, I think I'm going to put on the right-hand side here, just like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to just glue that on the edge there. Okay. Just kind of like that. Like it's leaning up against the mantle. And come on, little glue gun. Go, glue gun. All right, so let me stand this up a second so I can get an eye on it. Okay. I think I want the bottles. I think they're 2 different thicknesses. One has 4, one has 3. So, well, one has 4, one has 2. So let's go ahead and, I don't need hot glue for those. Those are just going to go on the back there. One can go further back. And because this one has more, it'll be more up front. And I'm going to kind of put him in front of the other one like that. Okay. All right, that gives that dimension. Then our little crystal ball here. I might wait for hot glue for him so that he'll stand up. And where do we want book? I want to get her in so I know where I put my other things. Let's see if she's hot enough yet here. Gotta be getting close. Gotta be getting close. Oh yeah, we can get it now. All right, so I'm gonna load it up there, and then hopefully it'll drip down alongside there and hold. All right. So I'm gonna get her just like, come on. Just like that. Hold on a second. Once it starts setting up, then I'll be all right. But I don't want to press on it and warp my fireplace. I don't want her to tip, so I'm just going to hold her there for a second. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and stand it up so I can see where I want my crystal ball. Maybe off to the left-hand side here, if I can squeeze it in back there. I'm going to be real careful because that is just a thin edge there, and I don't want to get burnt. So let me see here, and I don't want it right up front. So maybe just a little back behind her, about halfway, I'm guessing. Okay. It's just to create different depths and things like that, so not everything is always in the same line. And then the black flame candle, I think I'm going to put that right out on the edge here like that, like it's dripping over. So let's use a little hot glue for that too, because that will grab on and hold on better than since I'm just doing the edge like so. All right, I'm going to hold it. That stand up so it can grip on there. All right, and then we have our cat somewhere. Well, here he is. And I thought he might look cute there, or sitting on the mantle maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll sit him on the mantle and just glue his tail there. Or we can put him right here. Yeah, let's do that. Just put him right there like that. Glue him right on the edge. I think that'll look cool. So his tail will need some glue like that. And then his, how much of his back there. Okay. Just like that. And that will hold him. And then that gives that. Oh, he's even got a shadow. All right. So now for, boy, do we have room for book? Let's put the book, I think, maybe like right in there. Can you tell it's a book? Yeah, I'm just gonna put some hot glue right there and let that drip down to hold it, I think. Just like that. All right. So I gotta stand it up a second so that it will, oopsie. And then I'll show you once it's dried, okay? I'm going to have to put something behind there to help hold it up. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, let that go a second. And then I have my pipe cleaners. And I thought that might look good going around the edge. Or should I do... Let me see. Let me think here. Should I do the pom-poms? I've got lots of that. Maybe the pom-poms in black. Yeah, let's do the pom-poms in black. That should be dry enough now. So let's set this aside. There we go. Pom-poms in black. So we will go like that. Yeah, I think that'll be good. All right. Let me, maybe. Oh goodness, one of these days I'm going to take some time to make myself a pin thing so I don't lose it all the time. One of those decorative pin needles. I got the materials, I just got to get it done. All right, so now I'm going to have to be real careful here so that I don't get glue all over. Nice little bead. Like that. Okay, oopsie. And we're just gonna start there, like so. Okay. Like so. And then bring it around like that. Perfect. Okay. Kitty gently. Just gently. You could use ribbon, or like I said, I was going to use the pipe cleaners. You could use that. Those are nice and easy to put on. There we go. Turn it. Like so. Got this held on with the rubber band so that it doesn't go all over the place all the time. And just gently squeeze on some more here. Okay. Like so. Okay. And now we can measure this. Cut it temporarily here. I'll say right about in there. Right about in there. The screens here. Okay. If you wanted, you could hang this up on the wall, put a little hanger on the back, or I'm just going to sit it on my shelf. And this will store nice in my box of my storage things. So just like that. Oopsie, coming out over here. Get back on that corner there. Okay. And then we're going to cut that off there. All right. There we go. Let's see if we can hold it up here so you can see some of the dimension. All right. So that is week 13 of my day 13 of my 13 days of Halloween. And I hope you have liked my little Halloween series that we've been doing. And I've had fun with it. And I might pop in with, maybe another Halloween thing or two, because I do have a little bit of time before the season's over. But I would really like to maybe start getting some of my fall things done, and even my Christmas things. So I do appreciate you stopping by. And if you create one of my my projects, then please send me a picture and share it so I can see how your interpretation of it. And if you ever have any questions, go ahead and either email me or list them in one of my tutorials, and I will answer to the best of my ability. If you have any suggestions, something you might like to try, then I can see what I can do. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so at this time. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. When the bell pops up, hit that bell and you can be notified every time I put up a new tutorial. And please like and share my videos. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.